Super.
Yeah, because when you have a trend line, if you have your 2 points on your trend line as is, it helps you determine where you could get in for the next entry. Because there was this, then it created this impulse, and this was all a flag. All of this is a flag. Oops, wrong thing.
Let me check the news. I haven't even done any news today. News should be over with though. Girl, I love the way that you mark up your charts, Coach.
Me?
Yeah, you, Miss Oscar.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I love the way you mark up. Those are some nice charts.
Yeah, I make them clean.
Don't worry about what they're doing. That shit funny.
Let me put my phone on mute because my mom's selling out my son.
Okay.
He got in trouble in school today, so she's getting on him. Close mom's door, please.
They're saying that the link is not working, but it's
yes,
the same link I just sent to you.
I got right on. Oh, we do got news at 7 o'clock. The Fed Chair Powell speaks. Oh, shit. USD pairs about to do numbers, huh? Sis, you heard me?
Oh, what?
We have USD news at 7 p.m.
Oh, dang, really?
Yeah, the Fed Chair Powell speaks.
I know Donald Trump spoke yesterday.
And I'm in the USD pairs are moving like crazy. Let me put on some personal self-development. Yay.
What's today, Wednesday? Yeah, USD news is at 7. Yeah, yesterday was at 9 because President Trump was talking, and I tried to watch it for 5 minutes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even listen to this man speak. Like, he tried to be so sincere because he was donating to this girl with cancer, but I'm like, he's just not sincere. He's a terrible person.
He's not. He does everything for attention. He's the biggest attention seeker in the world.
And that's Grant Cardone, Anastasia.
That's what he said. So now we have to do the same thing. Get attention.
Grant Cardone said the same thing, and that's why they're billionaires. That's why I listen to the billionaires, because they actually... That's crazy. Like, literally exactly what Grant Cardone said is exactly what Donald Trump is doing. Anyways, what is it that you want to go over, Imani?
Everything. How to be a swing trader, yo.
So I'll just clean my chart off, and we'll start from the beginning. I always start on the 4-hour or the daily. I start with, this is the 4-hour. Hi, Deja. How are you? All right. So since I'm a swing trader, what that means is I start on the higher time frames. So pretty much like my trading plan says, I usually look first at Forex Factory just so I know what I'm doing. So it's Wednesday, right? So USD news comes out at 7 p.m. So if I was looking at GBP USD this morning, it really wouldn't affect me right now. It wouldn't have affected me this morning because there was no USD news or GBP news. So I'm going back to GBPD, and I mark my chart up on the 4-hour or the daily time frame. So I just draw trend lines just like Able, and I trap price. All right, now I would start drawing my support and resistance zone. So this is a zone here, and Deja, do you know why it's a zone?
Can you tell me why it's a zone?
So it's a zone because price has came to this part multiple times and retest and reversed. Price came here to this line, dropped down. Price came here to this line, went back up. Oops, my bad. So price is currently here. So we're expecting to see if price is going to go up or if it's going to break this area. Price came pretty much here. It didn't touch all the way, but it was close enough. Came here and reversed, went back up. So this is a major reversal area. If you go on the monthly, or the weekly, you'll be able to bring it back and see further. Oops. You'll be able to see furthermore. The more touches, the better, the accurate the line is. It touched 3 times over here. That's a great reversal zone. 1
Got
touch,
it.
2 touch, 3 touches here, and the other touches here. So I'm gonna go back on the daily time frame. All right, so
Somebody said slow down.
They said slow down, okay.
okay,
They're saying slow down. They're trying to take notes and listen to you at the same time.
that's fine.
Well, y'all, you know she don't have a lot of time.
Do you guys have? I need you. If you have questions, definitely unmute yourself and ask. Because usually on Markup Wednesdays, I have everybody mark up their charts. I mean, we could still do Markup Wednesdays when I get back from the store. I'm leaving at 7 though. And we could do Markup Wednesdays and everybody can mark their charts up so I can see what you guys are doing and what you guys are doing right or wrong. Because that's the only way you learn. I don't like teaching with me just simply showing. I like to actually see that you guys are doing what you have to do so that you guys are learning, rather than me just showing you, because the same way that I'm showing you is the same way that iMarkets Live is showing you. So if you actually are marking the chart up and I can see what you're doing, I can direct you. Deja, did you have questions? Let me put the chat up. Oh, okay. She says she's writing stuff down. Can I go ahead now?
You said the first thing you do is mark your trend lines, correct?
Yeah, I do my trend lines first, or either my support resistance. I do either. It just depends on what I see first. But I happen to go on the daily, and I saw this nice uptrend, and I saw this nice trend going down here. So I just marked the support resistance. I mean the trend lines. So yeah, start on the. If you're swing trading, I swing trade, so I'm showing you guys how I trade. So I start on the higher time frame, and I mark my trend line. And so the goal is to trap price as much as possible. You're trying to trap price. And after that, you then will draw your support and resistance. So what makes a valid trend line is that it has 2 touches. So here's a touch here, and here's another touch here. So that's a valid trend line. You just need 2 touches to have a valid trend line. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and then all these touches right here. So it's already a valid trend line. All right, so now I draw my support and resistance. Also, if you don't know, if you can't point, I think that's one of the hardest points for a lot of people is drawing their support and resistance, because a lot of people can't really determine where they are. So if you need help finding out your support and resistance, you could change your chart to a line chart. So whenever there's bends in the market, like this nice bend here, this bend here.
Can somebody mute their mic so I can hear what she's saying?
I think it's Deja's mic, because there's like an echo, right?
Yeah.
Deja,
My bad.
it's okay. Yeah, just mute it. And then if you have questions, you can unmute yourself. So yeah, pretty much what, if you need help and you can't figure it out, you could just do a line chart, because the line chart helps. Wherever there's a bend, if you have your multiple touches at that bend, it's a good area for support and resistance. So ours is right here. There's a bend here, a small bend here, a bend here. Oh, these are nice areas. As long as it touches more than 2 times, it's a good area of support and resistance zone. Oops, wrong thing. And these don't calculate the wick, so you can't really see it that much. But when you go back to line chart, you'll see that it actually does touch the line. Oh, this one here. Oops, I keep pressing the wrong thing. This one here. And okay, so pretty much price is now at this line. So what are we kind of predicting what price is going to do? Guys?
I would say that it's going to go up.
Okay, cool. Right. So that's what we're predicting. We're predicting to go up because it is at a major reversal zone. So it's a possibility that it could do exactly what it did here. It came right to this zone and shot right back up for a good probably 400 pips. Oh, 305. So now this is actually another zone too. So this is how you get your zones. That way you know where to trade from. Pretty much from zone to zone. That's how you trade Forex. You trade Forex from zone to zone. And that's what gets a lot of people, I think, is the fact that they don't know what their zones are. But everyone has different zones because everybody sees things differently. Somebody probably would have put their zone right here because there's a touch here, there's a touch here, and that's fine because that's a solid zone because it has a touch here and a touch here, another touch here. It's a solid, another one here where it came to the zone and went back up. So it's still a really good zone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Deja, that's what I was kind of trying to show you by keeping it tight. I didn't use the word zone, but yeah.
All right, so pretty much I would be trading in this zone. Oh, do you have a question, Deja?
Yeah, I was going to say, you said after the support and the resistance lines, those little green circles, you said those are good areas to get in because they had touches right there.
Yeah, well, this is how we determined our zone because we determined it by the touch. But yeah, these are areas where you would get in. So for example, you see that the market is here, right?
Yes.
Area, you wouldn't just buy it here. This is where you now are saying, okay, price is now at my zone. Let's see if it's gonna reverse. Now we drop to a lower time frame. If you watch a Daisy Duncan, she goes into this really well. I learned how to do the zone trading from a Daisy. So I would start on my daily. So write that down. Start on your daily time frame, and then I'll drop down to the 4 hours so I could get a closer view of what all the candles are looking like. So let me remove this. So how you determine if it's going to buy or how you determine if it's going to continue to keep going down is if price breaks out of this trend line. You see how everything is staying in this nice trend below this line?
Right.
When price breaks the trend line and retests the trend line, that is where you would enter in for the buy. Because you always need a break of the trend and a retest, which is why I set alerts because I don't sit and stare at my screen. What I would do is set an alert right here on my phone. There's an app called Call Levels, and you set your alert for whatever pair that you have. So I would set my alert right here, pretty much anywhere that's above this trend line. So I know if price gets here, I'd put this price number in my alert, and I'll get a ding, ding, ding on my phone when price gets there. So when I get that alert, I'm going to say, oh, shoot, price broke out of the trend line. But this is what you do. You wait. You're not going to jump in for the buy yet because the market does things like this. The market will break the trend and shoot right back down to fake people out and start continuing back down. So what you have to do is wait for it to retest the trend line, meaning like it comes to this trend line and it doesn't go through the trend line.
You said the app is called what again?
It's called Call Levels.
Okay.
So yeah, download that app.
Okay.
But does that make sense? Because in the training, what you go over is that you have to wait for a break and a retest. So this is your break of the trend because it broke through the trend and it came back down to retest.
Gotcha.
And that's where you would get in for your buy, and this would be your take profit.
Gotcha.
So that's your nice couple 200, 300 pips. Well, this one is 200. So that's 200 pips right there. So now for the downside, for you to see if it's actually going to go to the downside, you see how I have this trend line here? I would wait for price to break that trend line and retest. And then get in for the sell. Does that make sense? And that's why I always tell people I wait for my pairs to set up. This is not a setup trade yet. Your trade is not set up because you don't know which direction is really going to go until it breaks one of these trend lines. So that's why I mark up 20 different pairs so that whichever one sets up first, I'm getting into that pair. Trading is very simple, guys. And really and truly, like, that's really what it takes to be a trader. You have to know market structure, meaning that you see the market is creating higher lows and higher highs. I mean, what am I saying? Lower lows and lower highs.
Are you recording this?
Yeah.
Can you send it to me in the personal inbox?
Send that to me.
Yeah, I would have to upload it to YouTube first because it just stays on the computer. I'd have to like upload it and stuff.
Oh, you got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I put a lot. I have trainings on there too.
You got a YouTube channel? I didn't know.
Yeah, she got a YouTube. Definitely.
Yeah, I have
Is
some
it?
lesson. Oh, I have a lesson on there that's very helpful because
Is
that's
it?
why I tell people all the time, let me know when you're done with training. But a lot of people don't let me know when they're done with training because once you're done with training, I'll do a full Zoom session with you so that you have a full understanding. But many people don't let me know when they're done with training.
Is your YouTube channel just your name?
Yep, it's just my name, Kaylani Oscar.
Okay.
So when I finish with my training, are you gonna add me to the upperclassmen group?
Yeah, that's why I'm just waiting on you to finish your training.
Gotcha.
So that's the simple breakdown of what you need to do. And I think a lot of people get so slipped out about this because they feel like they're going to miss it. And that's why you set call levels. I would set 2 alerts. I would have an alert set here and I would have an alert set right here, anywhere below this trend line. So when I get one of those alerts, I know my trade is about to be set up for me to get in the trade. So you're not staring at your screens all day. So if you do this, if you mark up 5 different pairs, say we go to another pair.
Let me make sure I got this right. Okay, you said trend line.
Okay, sorry, continue.
You said trend lines, then set my trend lines first, then my support and resistance.
Uh-huh.
I start on a higher time frame.
Yeah, so start on the daily time frame on the 4 hours.
Okay, start on a daily time frame on the 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour, and then step 4 would be.
And then you would enter on a lower time frame. So look up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that confuses a lot of people also because that confuses me when people say, how do you enter on a lower time frame? You're not literally entering on the lower time frame. You're just watching because this is a daily candle. So what that means is that each of these candles takes 1 day
to form.
Which means that if you go down to the 4 hour time frame, each of these candles take 4 days to form, which means that 6 of these candles equals 1 day candle.
Gotcha.
If these 6 candles equals a 1 day candle, you see there wasn't much movement here. We're gonna have a small candle for the day candle because there was no movement.
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay, so this is another pair, GBP, JPY. They almost look pretty much the same because they're GBP pairs. But I think you were marking up this chart. You were trading a JPY pair, marking up a JPY pair the other day. I'll start a trend line. You could draw your trend line from here. You could draw your trend line from here. As long as it has 2 touches, it's a valid trend line. I learned that from a Days because I used to think I was drawing my trend lines in the wrong places, but everyone looks at the charts different, which is why I tell people all the time, just because I trade a certain way doesn't mean you're going to trade that way, because you could look at it completely different and we could both be successful because we still are trading, but we have different techniques of trading. So I mark my trend line up. There's a trend there, and then there's slightly a trend right here. Don't force your trend line. So if it's not like, yeah, I mean, that's okay. I would probably just, yeah, I mean, that's fine. That looks good.
X marks the spot.
Huh?
Oh, he was saying that the X marks the spot thing.
And then, so yeah, where am I about to draw my support and resistance? So this is probably why I'd go on a weekly. So yeah, what you're doing always is looking to the left. Always look to the left to see where price recently came, because price always likes to go back to where it recently was. I got to go on a weekly for this, because if I have to do too much going back to see where price was, I just go on a higher time frame because it squinches everything together. This is a nice zone. I would like this zone better. Yeah, this is a much better zone. But do you guys see why this is a zone?
Because it touched more than once.
It came to it in reverse. Came to it in reverse. Came to it in reverse.
I got one more question, and I'm gonna let you go because I gotta feed my kids. But as far as the trend lines, what I just saw you do was you went from your lowest low to your highest high, and then you turned around and you went from your highest high to your lowest low. Am I correct?
Yeah, I did it because when it comes to like doing that, it's just easier for me to draw. But if somebody was left-handed, they probably draw it like this. But for me, I can't. I just can't draw it like that. It doesn't really matter which way you draw your trend line. Just make sure that your trend has 2 or more touches to be valid. So that's one thing you should practice is just going through. I'm telling you, I sat for 6 hours one day just marking up trend lines on all the pairs. I was just like, ooh, trend. I was like, ooh, trend. Like, that's how I became successful. I did not play. I didn't talk to nobody. I literally just marked up my charts all day, every day. And people were like, you just started. How are you getting this? I'm like, because I study every day for hours. I can't help myself because I want to be rich. Like, I just can't help myself. When you have a strong desire and a strong goal, you're going to do everything in your will to be successful at what you want to do.
I mean, now that I'm seeing what you're doing, the trend lines go, I'm pretty sure.
For sure. Will you be able to make the next markup session? Oh, well, you said you might have your baby.
Yeah, I'm not sure when. I had a skirt today. I just got out the house.
Just let me know because I really do want to get you on my Zoom sessions because those other Zoom sessions you missed for the markup, let me tell you, we went over so much in-depth stuff. It's just been crazy.
Well, I'm finna subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Make sure you upload this video because I want to read.
I will.
This.
What were you saying?
Can you do one with us?
When what?
When you get settled, like wherever you're moving to.
Oh, I already had the plans. Like Deja, I mean, Imani, you don't understand. I literally have been planning out the things that I'm going to do for y'all. So that's why I'm telling you what you said hurt me because you don't know how hard I work to help you guys. It's just been a crazy 3 weeks after events, after events, after events. But really, I've been working to do a lot of stuff for you guys. Like, I'm like, as soon as I get settled, we're about to be on it. We're about to be marking up our charts. Everyone's going to be eating off these charts.
Well, I grew up kind of rough, so like just don't mind me, but I do speak my mind.
Which is fine. Most of us speak our mind.
We kind of like own it when I mean something, I be on it, but don't take it and like get upset about it. Like it's okay. I just say stuff harsh. Like my old man was like, "Damn, babe, you kind of harsh," but I'm like, hey, you know how I am. That's just how I am. I just be like, I come off strong.
But this would be a zone.
When you've been through half the stuff I've been through, you'll come off strong too.
Those spots that you're marking now, those are touches, right?
Yeah, so that's why you see how I made this zone. You see how I made it smaller because there's traders who will make this their complete zone. This is why you could be a swing trader, intraday trader, because you see how I have this whole zone right here. People like to trade this whole zone, but some people don't like that because they're going to go through some pullbacks. So you can make even a smaller zone here. Here, hold on. Yeah, so you could just trade between these zones.
Okay.
Or you could trade between these. And that's what sometimes I make smaller zones, all depending. Let me show you my take. This is probably not that. I mean, GJ moves really fast. Yeah, see? That's why I made a smaller zone because this is already 256 pips. This zone to zone was 887 pips.
Damn.
Yeah. GJ is one of the fastest moving Forex pairs.
And that's with any other currency?
Yeah, when I was on it y'all today,
I didn't hear you. Wait, Deja, what did you say?
You said GBP is one of the fastest ones.
No, GBP, JPY.
Oh, JPY, and that's what any other currency other than GBP.
No, GBP, JPY together, like this pair together, GBP, JPY is a super, super fast pair.
Okay.
But like GBP, the one we were on GBP USD, it doesn't move as fast as this one. But GBP, JPY is the fastest currency pair out there. It pays out really fast. But GBP, JPY, I had to learn how to trade that because it used to fake me out a lot until I realized how the market. Oh man, it didn't save my chart. So annoying. Okay, what other pair you guys want to go on? Euro AUD. I traded Euro AUD. I held that for like 3 weeks. Cool. Oh, look, it went back up. Good thing I closed out. because this was technically okay. So I got a lot going on here.
That's how my charts look.
I'll just.
But Deja, you see how she got those three different zones?
Yeah.
I didn't show you in rec form, but that's kind of like what I was trying to show you. You want to keep it tight because you want to secure the bag.
If I can see it, I can learn it. But I just telling me I'm not gonna really get it.
Next week Wednesday I'm gonna make you mark a chart up because I want you to mark. Oh, but you don't. I keep forgetting. Okay, whenever you can, maybe tomorrow. Oh, I'm gonna be at the airport all day. Or maybe in the morning, probably like in the morning. But yeah, I want to see you actually mark your chart up so I can help you and see what you're doing, because this doesn't help anybody. I tell people all the time, these don't really help. You're learning stuff that you write in your notes, but when you're actually marking the chart up and I'm able to see what you're doing and help you and fix what you're doing wrong, that's what helps. Because I can watch somebody on IML TV and not take notes. It doesn't help me. I literally used to have to watch IML TV, half of my screen, have my chart up on the other half, and mark up exactly with the educator as he's marking up his chart. Like, that's how I learned. Like you said, you're a visual learner. I only learn through visuals. So I could not learn by watching them and then go into my charts after I'm watching them, and I'm like, damn, I don't even remember what the hell they did. So I literally had to have two screens up. I would literally have my IML Academy here, have my chart here, and I see them marking up. When Abel started marking up charts and I learned about trap and price, I literally was like, okay, he's marking up Euro USD like this, and then he's doing that, and that's how I learned, because I'm very visual. I cannot learn. I'm just a visual learner. Most people are visual learners, and that's how I learn. So yeah, that's this on a weekly. Okay, yeah. So this is a pretty big zone. Oh, this is Euro AUD. Oh yeah, I was in this trade for 3 weeks. So annoying. It moves so slow. I'm like, never again. Never again. Like, I don't know why it took 3 weeks to get 300 pips. Like, that's crazy. Oh, this is pretty darn.
You went from the top of the wick to the
bottom, yeah, because you want to get the wicks. You have to get the wicks in order to have a solid trend line. Your wick needs to be touching, not the candle. It needs to be the wick of the thing.
See, that's what I've been doing wrong. I've been going at the top of the candle where it opens at.
Yeah,
that's where
it's wick to wick.
Gotcha.
And so that you can have more like accuracy. And then there's sort of kind of like a trend here, and that's why I said don't force them. That's why I still draw to see what it looks like, and I'm like, okay, this looks pretty good. So I'm trapping price. I'm drawing a trend line coming up. I'm drawing a trend line coming down, so I can see where price is going to go.
Gotcha.
So pretty much you see how the break of this trend line, if price breaks here and how close it is to this zone.
I know that, but.
Oh, and also for you to get when it comes to trading zones, like some people don't even use trend lines. Some people use zone to zone because you can trade zone to zone like that. Also, what you would be waiting for is a break and retest. The same way with the trend line, you will be waiting for it to break this zone and retest the zone. And once it retests this zone, that means like 2 or 3 candles came here and didn't go anywhere. Like it didn't break. It just created little wicks. You then get in for your buy.
Okay.
Same here. If price decides to go back down, you see price is currently right here. So I'm going to put an alert right here. So when price gets right here, I'll be like, ding, ding, ding. I'm like, okay, price broke above my zone, but I'm not going to get in for the buy yet because I'm going to wait for it to go up a little more, come back and retest, and I'm going to get in so I get all the pips that I can.
When you get the pips when they go back up, right?
Yeah, because you won't get pips because you put a buy in. You would put a sell if you wanted it to break this way. So that's why I always put 2 alerts for each of my pairs. Oops. Because I like to know which direction, because you don't predict the market. You just go with the flow. So if it came down here, broke this trend line, broke this zone, retested, and then come back down. So these are my entry points. This is where I would enter.
Where the blue is at.
Yeah. Entry. See, I need a computer.
You hear me? I got one, but it's tripping on me for some reason.
Yeah, a computer or tablet is great. Like, even if you have a tablet, you don't even need to get a full computer. Because this morning I marked up charts on my phone, but I was just like, which is fine. It's just that I couldn't see something. All right, see, this is where I would enter. And that's why I just put my alerts. When my alert, I go about my day, I do whatever I want for the day. And if I get an alert, I'm like, ooh, my alert came, instead of me staring at my charts all day. The only time I used to stare at my charts all day was when I first started, so I can mark up charts all day. Mark up charts, draw out zone, draw out support and resistance, draw out trend lines. I was doing that on every single pair, every single day. People thought it was crazy. My parents thought, no. I was like, I'm marking up charts. I can't go nowhere. I got to mark up my charts. I got to be successful. I got to mark up my charts. I literally was marking up charts every single day. I was like, okay, this isn't downtrend. This is an uptrend. I was like, okay, it broke a level. I didn't even know what I was saying. I was just like, I just got to mark my charts up, see if I know what I'm doing.
Have you ever heard of the app Currency Heat Wave?
Yeah. I use that app. It's really cool.
Is it?
Okay, say that again. Currency heat wave.
I forgot what I used to use it for. I like it because it gives you like notifications on like updates of different pairs. It gives you updates. There's so many Forex apps. It gives you updates on just the news. And I always check news. Like I said, I check news before I trade just to see what trade, just in case. Because say I would have put in an AUD pair at 7 o'clock and the news hits at 7:30, I could have been out of luck. So that's why you always check your pair before you actually press enter into the market.
Call levels, is that the app with the C and the lines in between the C?
Yep, that's it.
What's me? Okay, I'm getting, yeah.
But anyway, I am about to get going. I'm about to actually meet up with my mom.
All right, Keelani, I thank you so much.
We could do one tomorrow morning or something in the afternoon before I leave because I'm taking off tomorrow.
Okay, well, I'm checking your YouTube soon after I get my kids together.
Okay, so I'm going to try to upload this as soon as possible.
Thank you, Kay.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Bye.